All right, everybody, I'm Spegtacular, the Silver Stack. I'm here live, live for me, not for you, with Silver Dragons from YouTube. Silver Dragons, what's going on?
What's up? Happy to be here. Really stoked. We were just talking before, and I was showing you. I actually got to see if I can get it to. I got a blister on my finger right there from polishing some silver last night. I was making some hand poured silver pieces. I see you've got some beautiful silver on your table, but it's hard work. People think, oh, you make all this money just sitting around not doing it. It's like, dude, first of all, you don't make hardly any money pouring silver. It's mainly just a hobby, but it's an incredible amount of work, is it not?
It's definitely a lot of work for me. I mean, it's like a few days process because I don't have time to do all the steps in the first day. So like maybe the first day is just melting things and getting it shaped and whatnot. Then the next day I'm stamping stuff out, and then I'm actually like hammering stuff out. It takes a while, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's fun. I mean, as far as hobbies go, like, check that out. That's a good time right there.
I your ripple game is just phenomenal. It's some of the best I've ever seen. So you're doing really well in the ripples.
I appreciate it, brother. I've been pouring for 4 years now. So, it takes a while to kind of perfect it, but you've been pouring for what, about a year, if I remember, and your stuff is looking really good, dude.
But I don't do it very often. I really don't have the time. And this is a lot of information, but the wife and I went through some stuff, and it really, really put pouring silver on something that was like not important. And so it's very, very few pieces that I get to pour anymore. And this stuff right here that I have on my table is stuff from when I first started. Pretty much, I don't really do it a whole bunch. So I rely on you guys that actually, are pouring more often, and I appreciate the work. And like I said, the ripples. I mean, look at companies like Engelhard that tried to do some ripples right here. It's nice, but it's not your ripples. It's not
Yeah,
your ripples.
those are just kind of cooling lines. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice.
But it's not your ripples. It's not. It doesn't have that craziness.
Well, I do appreciate it. I think I have one of your first pieces, so I'll definitely have to hold on to that. It's probably worth a ton of money someday. But hey, man, thanks for just having me on. We should talk about some stuff, huh?
We can talk about all kinds of things silver related. I want to talk about your channel and just kind of like a brief, like, hey, how's it going? But real quick before I do that, have you ever made a piece for me? Since you do pour silver, have you made a piece for me?
I probably I oh yeah, I did make that the sheriff star. Yes.
Oh, I
Oh
had it up.
yeah.
There it is. Yeah, and it actually has my name on it, so it's extra special, huh?
That is fun. Yes, we did that. I forget how many. Oh, that must have been 3 years ago, probably now, because my old stamp. So
Isn't it kind of wild how long it's been since? Yeah, well, when did you really start getting into YouTube to where you're like, yo, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna make something out of this.
well, when I started my channel, I just started off guns a blazing, and probably the first like 3 months I was posting semi regularly. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to post every single day, and I made a video every day for about a year. And I just, started pushing hard and trying to get more content out there because I felt like there was a lot of back then, like there was not that many content creators for silver, and so I just wanted to push out as much content as I could. So that was back in 2018, 2019. And it's just been a blast, man. I'm now I post a video like every other day, but still try and get out as much info as I can, especially if something big happens, you got to post with the news.
You got to keep it updated with what's going on, what's important. Absolutely. Now, recently, and your channel's been blowing up. You got the silver play button from YouTube, which means you have over 100,000 subscribers. Is that right?
Yep, that is correct. So we're at 123,000 right now. But look, here's the thing. I just make the videos, right? I mean, it's all the community. And so this is one of the best communities in the world. And I appreciate all the support from everyone. But yeah, it is kind of a cool milestone because once you get that plaque, then you can get authenticated on YouTube and you get a little check next to your name, like when you comment on, other videos and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I think, especially for a silver YouTuber, to get to 100,000, it's special to get that silver plaque. But
Right. We don't go to the beach and film girls in bikinis and do pranks and stuff that, we get a million, subscribers. We're the silver guys. It's not, investing is not the most interesting thing when it comes to, YouTube. So for you to get 100,000, that might as well be, millions, realistically with, that our type of channel, in my opinion.
yeah, 100%. I mean, it would be crazy to like actually get to 1 million. I'm trying to think as far as like investing. There are definitely some investment channels, but like gold and silver related, I think Mike Maloney is probably the closest. I forget how many hundreds of thousands he has, but I think he'll get there in the next few years, especially if gold and silver pop like we think it will. That'll be the time to be pumping out the videos. Spectacular. Once gold and silver start going up, I mean, there's so many more eyes on your videos. I remember, what was it? August of 2020. That was like my best month ever. Probably for you too. I mean, just everyone was looking at silver like, oh my gosh, is it going to go to 50? It went up to like what, $28 or I don't even remember, but it was and gold was at an all-time high. That was a great time to be posting content.
And unfortunately, I find this a lot. And I found this when I used to go to coin shops and pawn shops and look for silver, and they were empty. They were empty in the silver areas. Nobody was going in there. And because silver was low priced, it was boring. Unfortunately, when silver starts shooting towards the moon, that's when everybody wants to get involved in it. And it's like, man, you had all that other opportunity down here when silver was low. And now when it's crazy, you want to get into it. And just like you said with the videos, once silver starts spiking, that's when people finally want to get in. Unfortunately, they're not in down here right now at the great times to get in.
Yeah. No. People say, I want to be a contrarian investor. Well, do it. Like actually buy low then, because now's the time. I mean, premiums, are kind of crazy, but still, I mean, even if spot price goes down $2, premiums will probably go up $2 to compensate. So we're probably already at the bottom, as far as retail products.
Yeah. Now, you've had some milestones for your channel and things that you're buying within your channel. I don't want to ruin it for everybody who hasn't seen you. Of course, go over to YouTube and check out Silver Dragons. If for some reason you're not one of those 120 something thousand subscribers, if you're not over there already, go over there. I'll have information down in the description of the video for Silver Dragons channel on YouTube, so you can click that and go over there and see them. But I want to talk about something you did that I thought was pretty cool, is where you little by little you started buying silver eagles. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah. So it was actually I made a few videos talking about like the best things to stack, right? And I said, look, as an American stacker, you need to have junk silver, you need to have generic silver, and like you're showing off here, an American silver eagle. And I thought to myself, I was like, I don't have that many eagles. I need to practice what I preach, right? And so I started buying them up. I started doing the monster box challenge, which a lot of silver stackers have not done the monster box challenge. So I'm going to challenge all of you right now, maybe not today because premiums are sky high on eagles, but at some point it would be really cool if you could complete the challenge, which is 500 American silver eagles. You can stack them one a week, one a month, whatever. It doesn't matter, but it's a really fun challenge. But anyway, yeah, so I started buying them up, and then Yankee Stacking was also doing the challenge. And so we were kind of competing towards the end, and I felt really accomplished when I was finally able to say, look, I completed the challenge. I got my 500 eagles, and I haven't really bought that many since because the premiums have gone up. And honestly, all of the eagles I bought were $20 or lower per eagle. I think the cheapest ones I got were like, I think they were like $15 or something per coin, which is crazy to think about now. They're going for like $35 a coin. But yeah, it's a great challenge, and I think it's important to have goals when you're stacking because it'll help you stack more.
Yeah, the goal thing is absolutely important. How crazy was it to see sometimes you were seeing eagles at over $40 for just regular, like, not a special date of any kind, just a regular eagle for over $40 there. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, premiums will come down at some point on those, but really what needs to happen is they need to mint more eagles. That's the problem. There's always a bottleneck somewhere, right? Where's the bottleneck? It's the minting. The last 4 months, they've minted less than 1 million eagles each month, which is ridiculous. I mean, you look at demand, through the roof. They should be putting out probably 5 million eagles or 10 million eagles a month, so that's what the bottleneck is. That's on the US Mint. That's not up to us. How are we going to affect that? So hopefully they get their game together. We'll see.
Now, plans for YouTube in the future. I don't know if you want to go ahead and give me some of that information. Maybe it's really private, you don't want to talk about it, you know what I mean? On my channel, that's fine, I understand. But can you give us any kind of information of like what you want to try to do here going forward in the future? Any like new ideas?
That's a really great question. I will say this, Spectacular. I don't want to give away too much, but I have some really big plans for the future. I'm definitely going to keep making videos, hopefully for the next 10, 20 years. I don't plan on stopping. But yeah, more content, better content. I've been slowly like increasing my sort of all my equipment, like I bought a new computer, bought a new mic, new camera, and things like that. So slowly trying to put out better content. Just so people can enjoy it. But yeah, probably just more. And I can't really talk about anything specific, but I do want to do some more meet and greets. So it would be fun to meet up with other YouTubers. Maybe we could do a meet and greet, you and me sometime, Spectacular. I think that'd be really fun.
I would absolutely love that. That would be really cool. And even just meet and greet on Zoom calls like we're doing right now. Unfortunately, you and I have known each other for a long time. That's not the unfortunate part, but the unfortunate part is we've never really this, you know what I mean? Like we had all the opportunity to do this, and here we are finally now. But we're getting it done. Just talking to each other and stuff. And I think it's important to show the community that we are a community also within ourselves. The YouTube community creators and content creators, I should say. And it's important to show that we are also in that game of stacking and talking to each other and working together. We've talked many times off, Zoom calls and just text messages, on different social media websites.
Oh yeah, all the group chats and
yeah,
Instagram and yeah, everything. Yeah, no, there's a huge community of content creators, which is great, and I'm happy we're doing this. I will say your channel specifically very entertaining, Spectacular. Sometimes you're a little bit more, I guess, spicy than the other content creators, which I appreciate. Like especially when people are bold and putting out content out there that I'm like, this is great, and maybe like it'd be too spicy for that I would put out, and that some of the other channels they get like, kind of political and stuff. And, like I don't really get political on my channel, but for the most part, I agree with, what you guys are putting out there.
Something going back to where you're headed and what you're trying to do, like I've tried to upgrade my equipment too. One thing I want to do is like try to do like some kind of better with the editing, like which takes a lot of time. People don't respect exactly what we do, Dragons, as far as like editing and getting the video where we want it. Sometimes that takes a little while too. It's not just quickly like press the button on your phone or your recording device, whatever you have, and then you're done with the video. There's a lot that goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, and we all have our own strategy. Some people edit on the computer, some people edit on their phone. I would say if there's new people out there just starting, probably the easiest thing you could do would be just to film it on your phone, edit it on your phone, post it to YouTube from your phone. That's what I did when I was starting out. And, phones nowadays, they all got really good cameras and everything, but it's a ton of work. I mean, sometimes for an 8-minute video, I will legitimately spend over 6 hours on one video, and that's not even just all research. That's like editing and filming and splicing and trying to get everything right. So yeah, it takes an incredible amount of time. Hopefully people appreciate it.
Right. As of the making of this video, silver's at about $20 or so an ounce, give or take a little bit. You think that's low? You think it's coming back up? What's going on?
Oh man, well, so okay, the Fed has another meeting. I don't know when you're gonna post this, but it's in like, I'll just say it's around 3 weeks from now. And in November, right? And they're supposed to raise rates another 75 basis points. And so I think silver's going to go down again when that happens. So unless there's some other craziness that goes on, I'm kind of thinking silver will get back down into the teens, which hopefully will be a good buying opportunity for everyone. But after that, I mean, the next few years, I think silver is just kind of, it's this spring that's been compressed and it's ready to explode. And I know people throw out crazy numbers. Oh, silver's going to go to 50. It's going to go to 100 or 1,000 or whatever. And it's like, it's not really how high can silver go. It's how low can the dollar go. So, how strong is the dollar right now? It's insanely strong. It's literally at 20-year highs, stronger than the euro, all that kind of stuff. And so, how low can the dollar go? It can go extremely low. So how high can silver go? It can go extremely high. Insert whatever number you want. I'm not saying we're going to go into hyperinflation or anything like that, but it could be very impressive over the next few years. And buckle up. I would try and get a position now. Now's the time to be buying.
I'm going to do my best, try to get a position now. Just take your advice. Appreciate that.
Oh, you're going to go buy some silver now, Spegtacular?
Yeah, just now. I see this with silver, and I don't think I've ever really talked about this. I don't see this like to where like you wake up one day and it's $100 more. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, oh shoot, there goes my opportunity. I see this creep that's going to end up happening where maybe today it's $20. And then, in the future, maybe it goes to like, 30, and you're like, oh, like, I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it's going to come back down, and then it's going to go to 35 and 40, it's going to creep up slowly. And all these moments, people are going to be like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for it to come down. And it's going to be too late at every one of those moments for those people, because this thing's just going to creep to a level where we're going to be like, coulda, shoulda, woulda. And so I think that right now, when prices are lower, this is an opportunity that people are just not really going to see. Like, I don't mean like you and I, but I mean like people out there that are, not really in the game yet. They're just going to be like, oh, I'm going to wait until it comes back down to $14 or $13 an ounce.
Well, even if it does come back down, like the demand is so strong right now that premiums will just compensate, so that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously don't go all in right now, but dollar cost average, buy a little bit this week, a little bit next week, whatever. But yeah, even if it does go down, great. You're going to buy more anyway, at least that's what my strategy would be. And so that's fine. But, just have to realize that premiums can go up when spot price goes down. So you might be paying the same amount. Like, let's say you're buying Buffalo silver round today, let's say spot's 20 and there's a $5 premium. Well, what if spot goes down to 18, but there's a $7 premium on this? You know what I mean? It's the same exact price. So right. I don't see the point in just waiting. I'd say start now.
Start now. It's a great thing to do for sure, in my opinion too. Do you ever get like bored of silver? Like you just look at it and you're like, oh, geez, why did I do this? This is so boring. This is it's metal. Who cares? Have you ever got bored of this stuff?
No, in fact, it's the opposite. I've got a lot of different silver collections, and I'll pull them out, look at them. You can't do that with your stocks. You can't do that with your Bitcoin. You can't pull it out, check it out, play with it, whatever. So I think silver is great. Gold too, silver and gold, they're both awesome. I don't really do the other metals that much, but if you want to stack, yeah, silver and gold, that's a great way to do it.
And like, I don't know what it is, but like 100-ounce brick, I could never get tired of picking one of these things up. I mean, it doesn't get old, doesn't get boring. And my mind forgets every single time just how ridiculous it is. 100-ounce brick, like, how to pick it up, how heavy it is. I love this stuff too, man. I'm totally addicted. It is an addiction, I think. And I'm right there in the midst of the addiction.
Absolutely. It's a great addiction to have.
Now, gold, you're into that now. You love that stuff. No problems with gold, right?
No problems with gold. I'm trying to think how many. I think I probably got maybe around 12 ounces in my stack. It's not very big, but I'm proud of it. And, eventually I'd like to get up to 20 ounces of gold. But I'm kind of waiting for the GSR to drop. I feel like it's still kind of high right now. So for those that don't know, the gold silver ratio, it's in the 80s. But historically, if you look at averages, it should be kind of more in the 60s. Right. So we kind of need, in my opinion, it would be better to wait to buy gold until it gets closer to that number. So I'm still buying gold here and there. Like, don't get me wrong. I just bought an ounce, a few weeks ago. But I think to go heavy on gold, I would prefer to wait. I think silver is a better thing to be buying right now, just based on the ratio and historical averages and stuff.
I like how you said that you have around 12 ounces right now, and it's a humble amount. And here's the thing that I I look at sometimes on the comments and stuff where people kind of trash talk a little bit, like who has what. It's your stack. This is my stack. That's their stack. Like everybody's going to stack different. Stack at your own pace. Whatever that is, right? I mean, everybody's got to do for themselves. Everybody has different incomes, different money that they have to spend for bills and whatnot. So everybody's their own stacker. Just because you see somebody on YouTube that goes crazy on whatever the case may be, don't go, oh man, I got to be up to date with them because they're going crazy. Just do what you can. If you're stacking eagles, if you're trying to make that monster box challenge happen, and it takes you 10 years to do it, that takes you 10 years. If it takes silver dragons a month to do it, it just takes them a month. You know what I mean? It's silver dragons. That's what happens,
Well, it took me like a year, but yeah.
Either way, you got to stack at your own pace, I think.
Absolutely. You can't try and keep up with the Joneses or whatever. You just you buy what you can afford, and like you said, everyone's got different income, and so don't go crazy. Don't overextend yourself. That's one of the biggest things. It's hard because like we talked about, silver's addicting, and you want to just buy more, you want to stack more. But yeah, you definitely cannot overextend yourself, because then you'll be forced to sell it, right? If something comes up, and then you lose money. And this should be a long-term thing, stack and hold for hopefully 10, 20, 30, 50 years. You don't really want to sell it within a few weeks or a few months or even a few years. Hopefully, ideally, you can hold it for a long time and then really see the value in it.
Right. Before we go, I do have one question for you. Now, you used to be a different name. I don't know if you want me to even say that name, what you used to be called.
Oh, we can talk about it.
Okay. You used to be called Silver Baggins, and I still have some of the poured silver with your Silver Baggins name on it. That was your original channel name. And I just want to know, do you regret having that name, or do you love the Silver Dragons now? You feel like Silver Dragons is a better name after all, and you've just embraced this name now?
Oh, I'm embracing it, baby. I'm embracing it. No. Yeah, no, I actually I'm really happy with the way it all went down. I was originally like really stressed about it and worried, like, oh my gosh, I got to change my channel name. People are gonna not know who I am, and they're gonna see my old videos that say, oh, Silver Baggins, and they're gonna be like, what's going on here? But I'm cool with it. Like, I actually think it probably helped out my channel, if anything, because Silver Dragons is just more recognizable. Like you hear like dragon, like everyone knows what a dragon is, right? Everyone likes dragons. Well, maybe not everyone, but Baggins, if unless you're into like Lord of the Rings, or I guess there's a Baggins in what's that other show, Game of Thrones or something like that. But yeah, unless you watch that stuff, you don't even know what Silver Baggins means. So I think Silver Dragons is a stronger name, and I already had the dragon as my logo, so it's a really easy transition. And so yeah, I'm happy with the way it worked out. I'm glad I didn't actually get like sued by Warner Brothers and all that, because they were mad about the the trademark for Baggins. But so yeah, no regrets.
I think that, as an onlooker, I think it's helped your channel tremendously, the Silver Dragons line, because like you said, everybody knows what a dragon is. Maybe not everybody knows what a Baggins is. And I think that everybody loves dragons. I've never heard of like a dragon phobia. There might be one out there. There's a phobia for everything, but I think that everybody loves, one of these cool little flying creatures. I mean, they seem innocent, right? They seem pretty, and just, I don't know, just nice. It seemed like they would stack silver. If I was a dragon, I would stack.
Dragons are stackers, yes. If you look at like Smaug in The Hobbit, he was like the ultimate stacker, right? He just had this massive pile of gold and silver and jewels, and they're the ultimate stackers. So yeah, it's perfect. And I agree. I haven't really met someone who doesn't like dragons. I mean, I think that'd be kind of weird, but maybe if you like, I don't know, live in an area with Komodo dragons and they like ate your neighbor or something, maybe you don't like them. But other than that, I don't know why you would hate them.
I think one of the only areas with Komodo dragons is the island of Komodo. So maybe if somebody lives on that island, they're just like really anti-dragons. I can understand that.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Silver Dragons, happy to have you on the channel. Don't want to waste too much of your time, because you did, make me want to go buy silver. So now I got to leave and go do that. And the only way I can do that is if I end this with you. But again, I want to, remind everybody, down in the description of the video, I'm always going to have my guests' information down there. So go down there and click on Dragon's YouTube channel. Even if you're already a subscriber, this may be a reminder. You got to go there and watch some new videos, because why not, right? And you have videos constantly, so people need to keep up to date with your videos.
I really appreciate the time, Spectacular. Love the channel, man. Keep up the great content. I've been watching you for many years, and I'm always excited when you post another video. So thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Well, listen, we'll do it again sometime if you would like. And again, make sure you check out Silver Dragon's videos on YouTube. And Dragons, anything you want to leave us with on the outro?
I'll just end it how I end everything. Silver Dragons out.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Well, hello, everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular.